And this will go live on Facebook, and we are live. Hi.
There it is.
Hi.
Learning.
Always
Hi,
learning.
welcome everybody. I'm so excited to see this. Kevin is really helping me to. I got to turn that off.
Happens all the time. Just volume down.
There we go. That's that, having that on the side. Okay, there we go. Hi, say hi. 4 people coming in to say hello. It has been forever since I have been live. I used to go live every Sunday for the longest time. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Riches.
All
Go
these
night
lovely
owls.
I know, right? That's what I was saying in the live. I'm like, I don't usually do lives this late because there's so many people from everywhere that tune in.
Yeah,
So,
it's true. Hi, Liz. Thank you. I'm glad you loved the podcast.
aw,
Oh, Natasha, thank you. Yes, I've missed the lives too, but there's just been so much, and I've been trying to get the book finished, which has been a journey and a half. So I appreciate the patience. Hi, Stephanie.
all these lovely people.
Hmm. I
Uh,
know, Kevin, when I teach classes, there's a woman named Uni in there from Norway. So we always have to balance the time between Norway and Canada.
yeah, the time difference. And so, Debra, you'll see in all of the things where where people are coming in, we're multi streaming, and so some of the people that we might be saying hello to, you might not see them. So we're able to see everybody, and you're able to see where you're actually tuning in. So if you're on Facebook, you will see that chat, and if you're tuning in from my channel, you would see all of the people in that chat, and likewise with Debra and her channel. So. And we also started a new channel, which is the Welfare. And actually, I'm going to put that link in the chat because we would love you to subscribe to our new channel.
There's nothing better than a good conversation about spirit, right? All things spiritual, and all things spiritual are really all things life.
Right? I was thinking, actually, that's so funny you say that because I was actually thinking about like, what is spiritual? And then I'm not going to tell you actually where I was, but anyways, I kind of just did. I was sitting there
In the tub, in the washroom.
No, yes, correct. So, anyways, I was thinking like it's everything, all the things. It's the extreme. It's not just this like all good. You know what I mean? It really isn't. It's the duality of everything and all those things in between. So,
Well,
yeah,
as they say, we're spiritual beings, right? Primarily, that's what we are, is spirit, right? And then
yeah.
we're just incarnated in this little human frame for a short period of time. Look, I pulled up a card just a second ago, and how perfect is this? This is a beautiful deck of cards by what is her name? Autumn Sky. But look at the card, this beautiful pregnant goddess, and it is fertility. Explore creativity, act on inspiration, manifest your dreams, free your imagination. And here we are in this birthing of
Mhm.
wow spirit and birthing of new conversations. And yeah, I'm excited, Kevin.
Well, you know what? I mean, the rebirthing has come up a lot. And we were actually talking about that today about, it'll show up in our lives, it'll show up in our community, and then it'll show up globally or all like simultaneously. And we're really looking and seeing what's happening in lots of places in the world where there is that energy that, quite frankly, is really intense. But it's for the rebirth. It's so that things can shift and change. And so that I feel it's so poignant.
And that's the one thing we can always expect, right? In life, that nothing will ever stay the same.
Yeah.
There will always be, new opportunities for growth and shifting and changes, whether we like it or we don't, and
Right?
sometimes we don't like the shift, but it's actually have you ever been involved or connected, whether it's work or relationship or something where unless the universe moved you, you would not move? And
Yeah.
so it can feel like, something's being torn away from you, but really, we're often just moving to something greater and not letting go at a time when we should. I was just reading this, uh, Hugasal, I think, Hugasal. My daughter-in-law just had a miscarriage, 3rd one, so sad. It is so
Oh,
sad, especially when somebody is wanting to be a parent. That's a profound loss for sure. So sorry for that.
I was thinking about, according to our preference, when, like, I remind myself sometimes of that, the temporary in everything, and not just in the not so pleasant stuff. I
Mhm,
remind
mhm.
that in the things that are like really great, and not to like, it's just to keep me kind of,
Balanced.
yeah, balanced. Exactly.
Yeah. There's a really great, someone in my family had a really great therapist, and this therapist went to a big convention over on the mainland. And the person who was running the kind of workshop put
Mm,
out to all these therapists, what percentage of the time do you think that people should be happy? What's reasonable?
mm,
And so a lot of therapists put up their hand and people were saying, really for an optimum life, 90% of the time you should be happy. 80% of the time you should be happy. And the gentleman leading it said, "Well, no, actually 50% of the time you should
mm,
expect to be happy." And people were like, "Well, 50%?" And he said, "The tide goes out and the
mm,
tide comes in, and the sun comes up and the sun goes down. And we have the yin and yang of it all." And so our expectations
mm.
of what are the what happiness should look like in our lives sometimes is really out of whack, and especially with social media, right? And
Right.
all the wonderful beautiful faces and living large everywhere going on, I think can sometimes leave a lot of people feeling like they're struggling, right? When in actual fact they're really just living a balanced life of the things that are difficult and challenging and the things that are wonderful, and that really in balance is a 50-50.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. We don't have enough acceptance over what's challenging, right?
Mhm.
Spiritual Sean said the energy right now is so
I was
supercharged.
just starting that. I was just gonna put that out.
It's so true though.
Yes. Oh
Yeah,
my
and that's a fluctuation I feel too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true.
Thank you all for joining us. I don't know how many of you
Yeah.
watched the first podcast, but we were talking about that wonderful conversation that often all of us mediums that do chat have our own question marks around. Is it the person who's receiving the reading? Is it the medium? Is it the spirit in communication? And I think it's a fascinating topic.
I think so too. Yeah, if you haven't watched our, podcast, we posted on each of the channels. We also posted on the new channel, which is the Wow Spirit podcast, so be sure to like and subscribe over there, and here, if you're joining, and seeing
Mhm.
Debra for the first time, be sure to like and subscribe to her channel, and it's so great that you're all here.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of people are posting about, heightened energy. Somebody else here said too, that they're feeling it in Australia as
Mhm.
well. I think that, we get inundated with a lot of worrisome, heavy things. But I think that there's so much, usually the people that are doing really actually good stuff aren't the ones bragging about it.
Right. Yeah,
They're not the
yeah,
ones talking about it, right?
yeah,
But if you have the intention to really search for what's good, I think you start to uncover that there's so much good that's going on, that even that can, really elevate, right, your
yeah,
spirit. So where
yeah,
you turn your attention to, you know?
yeah.
can dictate a lot of how you feel in the day. We do have a choice, right?
We do. Yeah, and
For the
sometimes it
most
feels
part.
tough. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah,
Mhm,
almost always. Um,
mhm.
how do you stay grounded? How do you stay balanced in these times?
How do I stay balanced in these
Yeah.
times? Um, I have this kind of analogy that there's always the bomb going off over here, and there's the flower garden over here. And
Mhm.
I know that at any given time, both things are occurring, and I can acknowledge both, but I can choose to immerse my energy into one or the other.
Right.
And so, again, I think it's not about denial. There's my sister,
Ah,
Christine Parker. Um,
is that
hi,
a picture of
Annette.
you? In the
I
little
yeah,
on her little,
yeah.
oh my
There,
gosh,
look at that's me. Yeah, that's me, my sister, and my brother.
that's so cute.
That's so funny. I was gonna say this is the first time actually my sister through that picture is involving my brother in this spiritual chat, which I think is hysterical because he's so not spiritual. And I will tease him about that later
He
relentlessly.
joined us.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome,
She
brother.
brought him in. But I think, Kevin, it's that dynamic of like you really get to choose what you immerse yourself
Me
in.
too.
And I think a lot of people that have been in really phenomenally difficult circumstances have demonstrated that over and over again, even when it seemingly everything was against them, not just in a privileged world, but in a really oppressive kind of state. There has been many, many people around the world that have kind of pushed back against that and gone, no, I'm just going to do good in the world. And regardless of what's happening or occurring around me, I'm going to rise above what this is. So I just think we have the potential for choosing where we immerse our energy, which is not to deny that, bombs are falling quite literally or metaphorically. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Is not to deny that. But it's to know that both are happening. And where do I use my energy now in the most positive, loving, helpful way possible. So I think that that's where I'm constantly, trying to work from. What about you?
Yeah, yeah, I do feel, and I mean, when you've done it and then because that's it. I don't like to feel bad about things for like a long time. And so
Mhm,
if the circumstance is where it's not changing,
mhm,
um, stepping out of it is the choice for me. So
mhm,
it's not to say that you don't deny what is happening, or you're not in the recognition of it, but we don't have to be in the depths of that feeling. So yeah, I think
mhm,
it takes something, but we do have the
mhm.
ability to do that. You
This
know.
week, there was a couple of clients, actually end of last week, because I'm just starting again tomorrow. But I said, if you only had 100 units of energy a day, if you knew that that's all you had was 100 units of energy a day, how are you spending it? Hi
Mm,
from Chicago, hi from Calgary, hi from Denmark, beautiful, glad you're all here. But
hello.
if you had 100 units of energy, how would you spend it, right? So think
Mhm.
about how much, time we spend in worry or in resistance, right? When that energy could be turned towards, what kind of positive effect can I have in the environment around me?
Mhm.
What kind of positive effect can I have in the energy of my mind and my body? There's a really wonderful tool called a yes meditation. And so a yes meditation is you sitting very quiet and breathing and saying yes to everything that's occurring. Yes, I'm worried about my finances. Yes, I hate that the dogs are barking across the street. Yes, my back is sore. Yes, I hate meditating. And you just keep
Right.
breathing and saying yes to every feeling, thought, experience, sound that you're experiencing. And when you do something like a yes meditation, uh, that you can do it consistently for a good 5 minutes, you start to realize how many no's you say in a day.
Oh,
No, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. Oh, I wish that was better. Oh, and you go, oh my God, we're actually can be quite negative Nellies, but you
right.
can't almost recognize it until you step into just a solid yes to everything that's occurring. And then you go, wow, I really say no a lot. And that kind of tunes you into how that 100 units of energy is being spent,
Right.
you know?
That's a good one.
Mhm.
That's such a good one. And the part where you
Mhm,
started to say about the environment. Well, I mean, that in itself, stepping out of the environment, and maybe you're doing that
mhm,
in your mind's environment by doing that exercise. But I know
mhm,
for me, stepping into a different environment, like if I just need to reshift, I go outside. I'm like outside in nature,
mhm,
whatever that may be, just being in the observation. I know that shifts
mhm.
things almost instantly for me.
It's true, Kevin, and, I have a girlfriend who is paralyzed, from the chest down. She doesn't really have use of her hands, just to shoulders and arms and neck. She's beautiful, beautiful woman. And so in that, there's lots of times she can't shift her position, right?
Mm,
So what if you're in a place that you can't actually physically shift your position, which is actually a really good option. Yes, get up, go have a tub, have a shower, go for a walk, actually physically move your energy. But what if you're in that situation? Isn't that the beauty of understanding that we're spiritual beings,
mm,
that we can actually shift, close our eyes, go into a meditative state, and just step out of the body? You're not actually leaving the body, but take your consciousness away from the body and just go on a holiday. Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Walk a river, right? Stand at the ocean and hear the waves lapping up, right? We can move ourselves to a different place. Just stub to Wowsper podcast.
Thanks, Kelly. She
What
subbed
is
to our
subbed?
subscribed.
Oh, nice. Thank
Yes.
you, Kelly. I'm gonna
Yeah,
learn the lingo, Kevin.
it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw, and
Yeah,
so
so
much
we
from
can move,
Victoria.
right?
Say it again.
So we can move, right? We can shift ourselves. Hi,
Yeah,
Stephanie.
from
Nice to
Victoria.
see you. So many
Neighbor.
Victoria friends.
So
Annette. Hi,
sweet.
Annette. Aw, Chris MV. Nice.
Aw,
Love him.
so sweet.
That's
So
so great.
sweet. And
Mm.
Sharon Sipe, she is the moderator of all moderators. I mean, there are many, many moderators in this beautiful community, but Sharon Sipe, you'll have to make a moderator for your channel.
Okay. You'll
Absolutely.
teach me how?
Yeah, you can in the chat member on your phone, you can hover over the name. So you can literally do it. I mean, you can do it now, you can do it after
Oh,
the live.
there she is. And
Yeah,
what do you hit? Add as moderator.
yeah, yeah. She will keep it safe and post things
Wow.
and links
What a
to
nice service, Sharon. What a
no,
way to use your heart space.
I know. Isn't it
Yeah,
beautiful?
that's very cool.
And hi, Richie. Nice
Mhm.
to see you. Aw, lots
Yeah.
of people subscribing. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice to
And
meet you, Darlene.
Kevin and I have had great conversations over the last while and years before. So this is really I'm really excited about this because
Mhm.
we talked about this. I love free flow. I hate the rehearsal of things. It's
Yeah.
just like take a dive in and chat about what's real to you and what's real to other people. So I hope that listeners and watchers.
Well, we demonstrate, and I mean, if people didn't know, it's "Trusting Spirit" is the name of the first episode. So you have to walk the walk. You know, you can say
Mhm.
it, but it's like if we're not in that demonstration and living it, then my goodness, people will call you out.
People will call you out. Look at this. Here's another card that came. Kindness. Live with integrity. You just said that in the card,
Oh,
right?
so good.
Be fiercely tender. Listen to your inner child. Protect what you cherish. And it's okay to care deeply. How many people get slagged for caring too much these days, right?
Right.
Stay in
Mhm.
your own lane, they say. Well, what's wrong with us crossing lanes like
Right.
this? And right? Yeah, coming together. It's hard to come together now, right? In years past, we used to have community in such different ways, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do, and this is spontaneous, do you want to do a few like card pulls for people?
Yes, we can. Absolutely.
If anyone would like a card,
Mhm, mhm. Or even just an
yeah,
inspiration. Mhm,
absolutely.
mhm,
Yeah, that's so true, Denise. Be the change you want to see in the world. It's so good.
mhm. I think there's a dad here that passed of lung cancer too. I've just had this gentleman like move right over top of me and my lungs are just full. Card, please. Viviane says, can we go to her? Oh, you put it up. I'd love a card. Okay. Let me see. I'm working this. I'll put the star to Viviane. And then you want to do Liz, Kevin?
Yeah. I'm just going to star a few. So you go ahead. If you want to start, then yes, please.
Well, you have Liz up.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Do you want to do Liz? Or you want me to do Liz?
I know Liz.
Oh, you know Liz. Do you want me to do Liz?
Yeah.
Okay, Liz. Okay. So Liz, now I'm sure you're a flexible person, but I audibly just heard Liz be flexible. So Liz, there's some space where you're needing to be a little bit like Rubber Man and find a little bit of flexibility, because there's a like just kind of like a period of time that you're gonna have to wait. Like, I don't do future stuff, but I'm gonna say like 3 months from now, something is shifting and changing, and it's like you need patience until that time. So you got to be a little bit flexible until that time. But then there's all these like fireworks going off, Liz. So it feels like the change that's a coming, the one that it feels like you just like actually living so fully holy as you, that feels like we're right on the verge of it, and you just have to kind of lean into it and be flexible until that happens. What are we going into? August, September, October, maybe mid to end October. That's where kind of the fireworks are going off for me. So don't know what you feel about that, Liz, but a little bit of flexibility.
That's so great. That's so interesting. Hello, love you both. Thanks, Debra, for all the wonderful advice in my reading on Saturday. We talked about trusting spirit too in the session. I love that, Jessica.
That's great. Yeah, Jessica's wonderful. Yeah, we had quite a session on Saturday.
And Liz said, my daughter's moving out, so big changes.
Yeah. Oh, and huge flexibility for sure.
Right?
Yeah. I think they're all so good though, Liz. I it feels really exciting to me. So, but you know, I had 3 children move out and it can be a challenge.
I'm gonna go with this one, Charlene. I'm going to
Tommy. Nice last name.
I see lots of butterflies around you, Darlene. I see lots of butterflies around you, not just singular, but oh, this is interesting. I got 2 cards for you. The first one, I don't know if you can see it, is a grand symphony, and I'm drawn to the hummingbird in that. And this is interesting. It's the beautiful uncaging. And I feel like you've been working on some things, and especially into the energy of that beautiful uncaging. I feel like Spirit is making me aware of the energy of your heart. And so what you've been working on in regards to yourself. And I feel like you've been exploring spiritual things, discovering new ways and abilities about yourself. I'm stopped at the keyhole, and it feels like the attention is you really do hold the key in what you've been creating, and that's just really the energy of recognition to you for all the hard work. I think that there's been some challenge, and so now feels like you just kind of taking this deep exhale and just being really present to what's unfolding, and it feels really good. But I also am curious if you understand with the butterfly, because the energy of the butterfly, and not just in the transformation, of course it can be the transformation, but there's something about the butterfly. So I'd be curious if you'd understand that. If you're still here, Darlene. You're from Facebook, so you might be from Debra's. but let us know.
You watch for it, Kevin?
Yeah, for sure. And
Okay, then I'll pop up Vivian.
sometimes people just pop in and out, which is totally great, but
Yeah,
maybe
sure. Okay, I'll pop up Vivian. And, oh boy, I'm just getting hit with so much spirit, so I'm just gonna try to um, stick with the card, but I'm just gonna say somebody just came to me, a woman with stomach cancer, and there's still this father that has lung cancer. I can feel it through my lungs, and he's got 2 daughters, and one of them I think is like a Sarah or Stephanie or something like that,
oh,
SA.
oh,
Um,
can I pause you?
yeah.
Because I was aware of her, the mother, and I had wrote down for my 2 girls, and I got the S, I got Sandra, and I
Oh,
also got the name Lynn, and this was before we went on. I did write it down, so I know that
okay.
that's interesting. I'm curious if somebody
So
does understand that.
Sarah is saying, "Oh my God." So we'll star Sarah and come back to her after I just do Vivian here. So Vivian, I did pull a card for you, and what's really interesting is it's this beautiful card that says magic prayer. But what's really striking me is if you can see all of this light energy is at the back of her neck. And sometimes it's really hard for us to understand just how much love and support from spirit is around us. Like it sounds so trite almost to say spirit has your back. But
Mhm,
Kevin and I both know from being immersed into sessions that quite literally around you in the air you breathe is a divine love that is so powerful. You just truly are never alone. And so, if you can take the time to quiet yourself enough, use the kinds of tools, there's so many on YouTube, right? Meditations and all kinds of stuff to help guide you to that sort of listening state. But you are really surrounded. So the fact that it says magic prayer feels to me like you're being called to the magic of prayer. Like that you're being enticed that way to say come into the magic of prayer, come into the magic of meditation so that you can actually feel us present, that you can actually feel that the love is available to you all the time. Now, that doesn't mean that that love is going to fix your life. It isn't about spirit fixing our life, but it is about spirit allowing us to feel like we're companioned through the experience of life. And I think that that's the most critical piece, honestly, because so many people think they're looking for the right kind of love, that a connection of love on this earth will kind of heal things for them. But really, I think what we're looking for is connection and companionship, and that can come from spirit, right? So deep in our souls, deep in the biology of our being, in the humanness of us, is this tremendous need for connection. And so I think that if you were to move yourself even more into this awareness of this, you know, magic prayer, magic meditation, that you would start to feel the energy of the air around you alive, Vivian, and that you would no longer doubt that you are not alone. Yeah.
so beautiful. Ooh, I
Hmm.
got the chills. Mhm.
So
Good.
if we could just grab hold of Sarah for a moment. Did
Yeah,
Sarah
sorry, I didn't understand that. I
reply
didn't
at
see
all?
anything, I've been watching.
Because I'm not sure she's saying, "Oh my god," to the gentleman with the lung cancer with the 2 daughters, um, that it was like Sarah or Sandra, was the name, but maybe she can, speak again. In this gentleman's family, there's also a J name like Joe or, uh J it's J I think it's J-O, and there's a heavy alcoholism because I can smell it underneath my nose. So, Sarah, do you understand the gentleman? "Oh, my father-in-law died of lung cancer." Okay, so Sarah, do you understand the 2 daughters, but also too in that side of the family, that there would be also a gentleman that had quite a heavy drinking issue, because I can smell the alcohol under my nose. And all of a sudden, also, too, I have a car up on its stand like this, like the front end of the car is up and somebody's laying underneath, fixing it, and it feels like that's a reference to having, like, a car fixed now. Oh, two daughter-in-laws, okay. Um, somebody's, like, fixing a car now or having the car fixed now, but I just feel like this dad, this one that had the lung cancer, there's a there's a J name in the family connected to him. I don't think he's the J. It's like he has love for this J, and the feeling of, like I'm better now, I'm well now, I feel. Oh, her husband has his old car, okay. But it was just like this car, the front end was up. So I think he has his old car, but I think something is in need of fix, or he is talking about needing to fix it, Sarah. And, but there's such a strong smell of alcoholism, so connected to him, I don't know if that's his dad or his brother. I think it's either his father or his brother. I know it's not him. He didn't have he's not talking about him being the drinker, but he's with the gentleman who had the very heavy drinking, issue. And, hi, Trisha, thank you. Um, and I feel like all is well, and just giving the family his love. And there's a birthday that feels like it's at the end. Oh, my husband has the front of the car open. Oh, so the front is actually open. That's great. But I feel like there's a birthday is either at the end of this month or the beginning of August. It's right coming up because he's giving me, like, all this feeling of excitement of that impending day. So just Sarah, know that the father-in-law is bringing his love forward here. That feels so much more relieving to me. It was like this kind of deep male voice, and then my chest was just impacted. Mhm. Yeah. Sorry, Kevin. Sorry to took off
No,
there.
no, it's all good. Please.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm. And thanks for the quick replies in the chat, Sarah. That was helpful.
Mhm.
Very helpful. All righty. I'm called to this one. Ginny F, if you are still here, a card for you. Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to listen and be present here. We really appreciate it.
Oh, interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Um, so I pulled I was drawn to the animal deck, and I pulled the elephant spirit.
Mm.
And elephant came up a couple of times today, and I can't remember. So if spirit needs me to speak this, remind me what that was. But that's okay. I feel like there's this energy of, and it's Jenny. Yep, Jenny. Just acknowledging the experiences that you've had where you've learned really from the past. And so it's not to say mistake, because it's learning. So whether it went great according to your preference or it was not according to your preference or the plan, that the learning that you've had from this is really important in the energy of now. So I don't know if it's like a revisit of something that's come up, in regards to one of these past learnings, but the energy of the elephant is really drawing close to you. And I mean, who doesn't love the energy of the elephant? I mean, talk about grounding, powerful. They're very communal. And so in this energy, there's something on your trunk. And so there's something, okay, there's a green jewel. There's a green jewel, like the deep color of emerald. And so, what this elephant is also bringing in is some healing, for you. And so, healing and it's not to say that there's anything troubling. It's just the energy. I mean, we all need healing. And so, the energy of this beautiful jewel that's placed on the trunk of his nose, is just really such a beautiful energy to be with. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if you've started meditating or sitting in the stillness, but there's this invite for you to continue that. So if you've explored it, maybe it didn't work out. There's this energy to sit in that stillness. There's communication there for you. There's healing there for you. There's your own inner guidance. You don't have to look externally for all of that. So really, just being with that stillness. If you do feel called to meditation, if you've been challenged in that, maybe try a guided meditation. Find a voice that resonates and that you feel comfort from, and give that a try, Jenny. Yeah, I'll leave that with you. Hopefully you're here for that.
Beautiful.
All righty.
Thanks for that, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
I need to meditate, definitely. Been so busy at work. Will do, Kevin. That's great.
Yeah, we do get busy, don't we?
Did you happen to see the name Carl or Carla or Car? There's a car starting name. Spirit keeps saying to me, Car, like Carla, Carl, Carlos. It's like CAR. I think it's Carla.
I didn't see it.
Kari.
Oh,
Kate,
okay.
Kari. Is it you, Kari? Yeah, it's you, Kari. Okay, I'm just gonna put Kari up. So what was crazy is this massive angelic form just was like behind the computer and coming closer and closer. And I literally was everything I could do to not cry because I was feeling so overwhelmed with this. And they just kept saying car, like I was hearing car, like Carly, Kari, Carla. And it was such a gesture of reassurance that all of the loved ones and animals and people, beings that have touched your life are still all around you, like still all around you. But even with all of that attention from the beings that the reason I'm saying beings is because they keep showing me like dogs and cats and like just like animals and people, but then these huge angelic forms. And so my family calls me Carl. Okay, sometimes they call me Carl. So all these angelic forms. And if you don't already consciously talk to angels, then I would say smarten up because it's like you and them. And but I feel like so many passed
Mm.
on loved ones, including all my lovely animals. So it's like this huge angel with a few more in behind it, come with all of these family members and animals, but they're going, but us too. Like you're thinking of the animals and the people,
Mm.
but us too. And I'm certain, I'm going to call you Carl because your family's we'll just call you Carl. So, um, that at some point you have either had a high pitch ringing in your ear or you have had a pitch change in your ear, that I need to let you know this has been that angelic realm trying to make a connection with you because it really is quite overwhelming. So yes, the animals and yes, the loved ones, and there's an auntie there over to the right hand side, and also too, you're very sensitive, but I don't think again that you realize how sensitive you are. So think of it this way. It's like you might be quieter, but quieter doesn't make you less sensitive to the world around you. Do you know what I mean? Almost like there's so much that goes on inside your inner world that it doesn't necessarily match your outer world. And I just have to say, like, you're a blessing, like, you're an actual blessing. And it would be really wonderful if you accepted hearing the angels like they're reaching out to you. Feel like
Mm,
I've been tested a lot, like something's trying no, there's nothing trying to block you. There's no external thing trying to block you. It's almost like your belief in yourself that
mm,
you are worthy and valuable enough to be a channeling heart upon the earth. Honestly, hear me when I tell you that you are an absolute blessing, and these angels want you to know that you are, and you just have to believe that you are of
mhm,
divine importance upon the earth, and that you matter to not only your family and to all of these animals,
mhm,
but that you matter to the divine itself, that you matter to angels as well, and there is a communication that's going on with you that you just need to lovingly accept. But no, there is nothing, no other energy is blocking you from
mm.
this. Yes, I see and hear a lot, but stay more introverted. I know. I'm a complete extrovert, and what they kept doing was showing me the opposite of me. They're going, "Debra, she's like that," I am always like, blah, 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 talk so much. And you were like quieter, but so much underneath. Sweetheart, you're just absolutely beautiful. So if you could just, here's a prayer. And I learned this years ago. So you could say the universe, creator, God, whatever it is that you believe in, just, the all one loving consciousness. Just say, allow me to see myself as you see me.
Mm,
Allow me to see myself as you see me. Just make that short prayer every day. And in time, they will give you that view. You will start to see
mm.
how beautiful you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already are of spiritual help. That's the
Yeah.
thing. She
Yeah.
says, "I do need to believe and accept it, and I truly do want to be of spiritual." You already are. It's just you understanding that you are. So I send that prayer for you, but please, if you can say that every day, please, Spirit, Divine, allow me to see myself as you see me, and then just go about your business.
Mm,
And let that be Spirit's business to, get your mind, to have that view.
mhm. I love that, Debra.
Yeah.
I have to mention the mother energy that I'm aware of, and I
Mhm.
was drawn to the stomach
Stomach?
for the
Mhm.
reproductive for her. I did hear the name Sandra and the name Lynn, and I
Mhm.
also heard the two girls, and there was either a just bear with me in this one, a German connection or a German Shepherd connection, and something about a cherry tattoo. If someone understands that, let us know in the chat, please. And it does feel motherly to me.
Yeah, I think so too. Genevieve says, "I do."
Oh, Genevieve, you understand what
Mm.
all of what I've just said?
Oh, she has a cherry tattoo.
Oh my goodness, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. And your mom would be in the spirit side? And do you understand the names like the Sandra or Lynn? And also the do you want to know this is really funny? I felt like she was using a fax machine. I saw this old like machine and I'm like, what the heck is this? I was like, but it was like a fax machine. It was like I'm not kidding you. It was one where like it had a phone and you put in the paper and then you dial the thingy and in would come the message. So I mean, please tell me, do you have a do you have a fax machine? What the
She
heck?
says, "Yes, Sandra Lee is my mom's name. That's her
Oh,
actual name. Sandra
interesting.
Lee is her name."
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
interesting.
And the cherry tattoo. So we'll see if she understands the fax machine.
Right? Oh my goodness.
But I love that, Kevin, because somebody, that I was talking to today, we were talking about, oh, her mom did. Her
Stop
mom
it.
did
Oh
have
my goodness.
that old fax machine.
And Sandra, would you understand, did you I don't know how to say this, like pop a button, or is there like a hole? Do you have to mend something? Because I feel like there's this attention, and this feels like it would be present, and it feels like you, um, or something about sewing the button back on, or the hole. Um, hopefully, this isn't going to happen to you tomorrow, but nonetheless,
It's not Thanksgiving turkey dinner.
right? Oh my goodness. Um, And was it German or was it the German Shepherd? Do you understand that part? I'm curious about the.
She's a sewer, and
Oh,
I
you're
work in
so.
a store full of buttons.
Oh my goodness,
That's
Genevieve.
so cool.
Oh, so good. Oh, it's the
Mhm.
German Shepherd. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, beautiful. Um,
Mm.
uh, It's like it's so funny when we call them animals, and it's like they're sentient beings. You know what I mean? They're just,
Mhm.
and I know I understand we call them animals in that, but
Mhm.
I just feel the love between this animal. Was it your mom's dog, or is this your dog? But it's like the love and the bond between that the shepherd is just so intense, so beautiful.
Mhm.
I'm just seeing there. Do you understand that the decision that you're about to make, or that you're in contemplation of, Genevieve? Because she makes me feel like there's this. It's kind of like pending, and it's you kind of we can wait for things, and you get to decide. But there's this invite to really just be in the energy of the decision, and I'm not sure what that's the context of that is, but there's this contemplation, and it's not direction of do it or don't do it. It's just, sometimes just getting it. Oh yes, your mom loved her. Just, in the, oh, you do understand it. Oh, okay, tomorrow. Interesting. Um, yeah, and it's never right or wrong. It's like, all the pressure that we can put onto it. And it's like, it just feels like it's going to work out regardless of what you
Mhm.
decide. And of course, your
Mhm.
mom feels instrumental in that
Mhm.
decision, Genevieve, just watching you, and yeah, right there with you, not missing anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And I don't know if Genevieve, you bought a new shirt or put on I literally just had my shirt changed out on me. So there's like a new shirt or a new coat. I can feel it draped over top of my shoulders, and, it just feels beautiful on me. I can feel it laying across my chest.
Ah,
Mhm.
all
And
the
she
best
thinks
tomorrow.
yeah, and
Mhm.
she thinks you're beautiful. Mhm.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah. A new top, new clothes, yeah, mhm. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because, "Oh my god, I did," she said. But you know what's really funny? I suddenly felt hesitant to, like, spend the money.
Uh,
So, she's saying, "Don't put reins on it." Do you know what I mean? Like, with the top. I don't know what you bought. It was like I could just feel the weight of it on me, but she whipped my shirt off, and then put the top on, and, so she said, "Yeah, just kinda change your thinking about the spending. Spend I mean, this is not a time where you wanna say to people, "Spend a bit more," but she's like, "No, it's okay, honey, like, get the beautiful thing, that makes you feel good as you're walking in your body," you know?
mm. And she
Yeah.
like Debra, it's so great. You kept touching here. She really likes
Oh,
your
it
neck.
was a t-shirt dress. It was a t-shirt dress.
Oh, that's hilarious. Um,
Mhm.
she likes your necklace, so I feel like there's this attention to the jewelry. I don't know if you were considering wearing a necklace tomorrow, or just something about the necklace, but she
Mm.
really likes the jewelry. I never wear dresses. That's so interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's why she thought she was just so beautiful and to keep going for it. But was she pointing out my necklace, Kevin?
Yes, she drew my attention to your necklace, and she likes the
Okay.
jewelry. And it's yeah.
Mhm. But it's an eagle and a rose, and I think that's important. I think it's what's on the necklace
Oh, she has a
is she
heart
says,
neck.
yes, she has a heart necklace. There's
Okay.
something about this eagle and rose that's really powerful too that I think will resonate for sure. Mhm.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
great.
Mhm, and I don't know if you didn't get to talk to your dad for a long time, Genevieve, or there was some aspect of, separation there, but for some reason, I feel all of this healing around dad, this
Mhm.
incredible amount of healing around dad that just makes me feel like my heart just became suddenly whole. Okay, my
Oh
dad
my
used
gosh.
the eagle and mom used the rose. Yeah. No, it's just like, oh my god.
So
Oh, yeah,
great.
because her
Oh, her
dad
dad
passed
passed
away.
too. Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was just like, oh my god, there she I when you said the necklace, I literally heard, "What's on it? What's on it?" So, isn't that just so beautiful?
Uh,
Yeah.
so much love for you, Jeffrey.
Mhm. Yeah, really, tremendous amount. I mean, can't you just go to sleep knowing you're just, like,
Right?
surrounded by that beauty? Yeah.
Connection
Mhm.
is so beautiful. Deborah, I'm drawn to this one, but I also know this. I'm curious
She
if
has
you
a
would.
rose tattoo for her mom. I was just gonna say her mom reached out with a rose in her hand, but I thought, yeah,
Wow.
beautiful. Mhm, and pink, there's something about pink, Genevieve, that she is just flooding me with pink, and pink is an interesting color to see because I don't think that it's, the desirable color for you, but she's flooding it forward for me. Oh, and saying and the stomach issues that you have, like, in your gut, which feel like digestion issues, feel like
Mm,
they are digestion issues. So there's something about, what changing your diet, and you might not want to, but I can feel all this grumbling and things are kind of moving or having a hard time in my gut. So she's just like, it's kinda like take the leap and either take something out of the diet or shift that aspect of the diet because you don't need to sort of suffer that way. She's saying yes, yeah. It's just I could feel it her mom's just going, settle it down," "Oh, she's changing the diet now,
you could
okay."
diet.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was like her mom was going to her stomach and going, "It's okay, just, like, let it go." Yeah, such
Wow.
love. Mhm. Thanks, Genevieve, for being here.
Mhm.
Mark, Kevin.
Yes. And yes, I'll pull you a card too, Mark.
Mhm.
What do you get for Mark, Deborah?
Um, that he doesn't have to pay attention to the monkeys around him, that he can stay strong in himself and
Mm,
actually believe, that he has a grounded center and that he's, not my monkey, not my circus. Do you know what I mean? A kind of thing. And, and to not, kind of get my like, "Mark, I don't want you to get your head pulled in that nonsense." Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. Like, it's almost like it's just disempowering to, eh, to allow your energy to be pulled that way. It's okay. Like, people don't have to be getting it right around you. I think you getting it right would be not allowing people to yank on your energy that way,
mm,
because I think you've got, like, a mission in mind, and your energy just feels like, I don't know, you've been here, done this 1,000 times before, and, this is, Mark Rhodes, yeah. Been here, done this, like, 1,000 times before. It's kind of like in a weird way I feel like I'm being mean to people, but it's like, "You know better, Mark." That's what it feels
mm,
like. You know better, Mark. It's kinda like spirit going, "Mark, you know better. Don't fall for, uh, the people of lesser minds that are around, this time around. You've got, geez, I got such a wicked headache, Mark."
mm,
A wicked headache.
mm.
So, um, I don't know if you're, like, the oldest in the family, if you're the oldest of a sibling group, or there's something about the oldest, in a sibling group, and having to, like, set boundaries that are healthy and respectful for yourself. Does that make sense, Mark? Like, setting boundaries and not feeling like you're being a jerk because 'cause you're not a jerk. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, it's okay. It's okay to lovingly set boundaries, Mark. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying yes, thumbs up, yeah. Yeah, um, mhm. And it doesn't mean that the other people are wrong, it's just, we don't have to get pulled, you know, into other people's state of being. Have you ever heard of a meta meditation,
Mhm.
METTA,
Yeah.
right? If you look it up on YouTube, you'll find meta meditations, and they're just a really wonderful, gentle way to know that there are many different forms of relationships, and some we can physically have, and some aren't that great for us. And we can still kind of let those people go with the loving intention in our mind and wanting everything well and wonderful for them. And so I think a meta meditation would serve you well, Mark. What about you, Kevin? What do you
I know Mark. I know him quite well, so I feel
you
I was just feeling into the energy of that, and I know he
Yeah.
understands it, so it's beautiful.
Oh,
And
good. Yeah, I think his energy is just really lovely, but it's
Mhm.
almost like time to, like, really not stand up. Stand up for yourself isn't the right way of putting it. It's almost like internally stand up for yourself, you
Oh,
know?
yeah,
Mhm.
I love that. Well,
Yeah.
this was lots of fun.
Mhm. It really was.
We've been on for an hour, so that's probably where we should close it, and that felt really good. So thanks,
Mhm.
everybody. This
Mhm.
was
We'll do it
really
again.
We will do it again. And be sure to
Yeah.
like and subscribe to check out the podcasts that we launched we put them on all the channels, but yeah, it did
Mhm.
go too fast, didn't it, Kelly? It was so wonderful. And thanks everybody for participating and your questions. And what I always love is that um, even though sometimes we don't get, obviously we don't get to every person's question, but feeling the presence of spirit through other people in that beautiful connection, I know it just leaves us feeling that such beautiful love. And that it's, to me, I
Mhm.
feel like that's just an honor to be in that energy. So that was really
Mhm.
so
Truly.
wonderful.
And if I can leave everybody with this, Spirit just moved this huge whale in front of me and said for the rest of the week, "Breathe like this." So that really wonderful, smooth,
Mm.
slow in and out will put you more in rhythm, with yourself and with everyone else, really. So, thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you again. This was so much fun. I'd love to do it again, Kevin.
Absolutely. We will.
Okay.
All right. You get to end
Good night,
it.
everyone. Bye.